Hello and welcome to this somatic class designed to help you come out of chronic freeze state. So I invite you to find a nice comfortable position seated on your mat, an easy pose on your couch or in your chair, wherever that feels comfortable and safe for you. And just have your back nice, straight and soft, no straining there, but also trying not to collapse with your lungs too much forward. So if you need some support at your back, you can lean on your couch, just making sure that your chest is nice and open. And as you do, feel free to place your hands on your knees here, just connecting for a moment with how your body feels. And of course, if you're stuck in a freeze state, it might be very, very difficult for you to connect to your body. You might be dissociated, you might feel numb. There might be nothing really going on in your body that you can tell. And this practice is going to help you come back into your body, reconnect to that natural aliveness that you still hold within you, even though that you're currently stuck in that freeze state. So just to start this practice, I'm going to invite you to look around the room, the space that you're currently in. Just start gazing around the room, noticing where you are in relation to the space, and orienting yourself for safety. There's nothing to fear here. You're safe. You're supported. Just spend a few moments looking around here with a soft gaze, not really focusing on anything. Just taking note of the surrounding space of your body, perhaps even looking behind you just to make sure everything is safe. And what often happens with freeze state is that we get stuck in immobility. So we are numb in our bodies, we cannot really do anything, but there's an excess of energy in our bodies. There's anxiety, there's stress, there's too much stress hormones, adrenaline, and everything is just bubbling up inside of us, but we have no way to push that out. We have no way to clear that out of the system. So there's this internal fight in the freeze response. So what we're trying to heal today with this class. And as you keep looking around, I invite you to now pick one thing that you really enjoy looking at in this room, in your space. Just pick that thing and look at it for just one moment and start mentally describing to yourself how that thing looks like. Maybe it's a plant, you can say it's green, it's tall. Just keep going with a deep description of what you're seeing. It's more about orienting yourself again in this space and connecting yourself to something that you see as safe. Just spend a moment describing this object. Perhaps it's your pet or your favorite mug. Now come back to your body. And I invite you to notice your breath. Let that be your anchor. Feel your breath coming in, filling up your lungs, and feel that breath coming out. No need to strain it, no need to do anything specific here. Just feel your breathing for just a moment. And on the next in-breath, I invite you to start to send some of that breath into your lower chest here, your lower lungs. So you can feel free to place your hands on your lower chest, on your lungs here, on the side body. Really feel that expanding with the in-breath. Imagine you want to drive some air into your hands here. This is going to really help you activate your parasympathetic nervous system, get out of that shallow breathing that we so often have when we're stuck in a survival response. Expanding, and as you breathe out, Imagine you're bringing all the excess air out of the lungs, squeezing those hands a little bit together. Breathe out, expand, breathe into the hands. And breathe out one last time. Well done. Now what we would like to do together is perhaps explore some micro movements of the jaw, of the toes and the fingers, because so often with free state, it's really not possible for us to do a whole yoga session, to move through big movements. What we want to introduce is small micro movements that are gonna invite you to come out of that stress response. This is completely enough. So I invite you to start by opening and closing your jaw. In your own time, just feeling how those muscles are responding. Is that jaw super stiff? Are you perhaps a teeth clencher from all that stored anxiety? Perhaps feel free to take your fingers and gently massage your jaw here if it's too stiff to open. Well done. Now I invite you to gently nod your head for yes and no. So often with people who are stuck in freeze mode, it's really impossible to do these big movements, but an automatic movement that we know from when we're a child, such as yes or no, it's sometimes the easiest way to get back into the body. Whatever speed you choose here is okay. Go as slow or as fast as your body is inviting you to. Nodding for yes. And shaking your head from side to side for a no. And starting to feel those sensations in the neck. Perhaps there's something already there for you. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's going to take a few more repetitions of this class, and know that that's okay. The body takes time to come back online. Gently come back to center in your own time. And now I invite you to wiggle your fingers. At the same time, maybe you would like to start wiggling your toes, feeling that activation in your lower and your upper body. Small micro movements here. And perhaps you're noticing that one side is a bit more responsive, the other one a bit less. This is okay, just notice what is coming up in your body. Any sensations that you can feel right now are such a big win. Perhaps it's just the sensation of your fingers bending and straightening it up. Perhaps it's some tingling in your toes. And gently release that movement of your fingers and your toes. And now I invite you to take your hands on top of your thighs or your knees, however you are seated. Just gently press into your thighs, into your legs here. Feel that contraction in your body and feel how your body is pushing back. Feel your core being activated. And release. A few more times with as much pressure as is comfortable for you here. Gently pressing, activating the whole body. And releasing, focusing on that releasing, how that feels afterwards. So imagine this contraction is your freeze response. When you're contracted and anxious and stressed, you can come out of that and release. One last time, press, press, press. Release the shoulders, release the arms. Well done. And one last small movement that we can do, and maybe that's going to help you facilitate coming out of that freeze mode, is gentle pressure on the hands here. So start as if massaging, self-massaging your arms gently here. Maybe this feels good for you. If it's too much, feel free to skip this part. Just applying gentle pressure to your arms. Perhaps your body feels like it wants to do that on the legs. So just inviting some small pressure into the soles of your feet and noticing the contact points between your fingers and the leg or the arm. Just take a moment doing this around your body if that feels good for you. And noticing if perhaps sensations are arising. And know that as soon as sensations arise, you can connect back to your body, come out of freeze state, and really reclaim back your freedom. I invite you to gently release the self-massage, come back into stillness. Perhaps notice how your body is feeling right now. Is it maybe a little bit more alive? Is there a little bit more sensation and freedom and joy in your body? Is there anything besides that immobilized, anxious state? Thank you for joining me in this class.